Hello, Libra. How you doing, my fucking scales? Let's weigh this money up, okay? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So glad you can make it. Welcome for those of you who are new. Welcome back for those of you who are returning. I really appreciate you. Believe that. Now, Libra, we're going to take a look at what's going on with your money and finances using the horseshoe spread and see what you need to know about it. But first, while I was shuffling for your energy, you had two cards that came out. You have the Four of Cups and the High Priestess. I feel that this is talking about you focusing on seizing opportunities and not missing the opportunities that Spirit is guiding you towards or causing you to follow your instincts with. I feel like this is a time as it has to do with your money and finances with the High Priestess here. There's a need for you to follow your intuition, to trust your intuition and not second guess it. As it has to do with how you manage your money. I feel that your intuition is especially heightened at this time, Libra. So follow your instincts, go with your gut. This is going to lead to your ability to seize opportunities. But if you don't follow your intuition, this is going to cause you dissatisfaction, disappointment, and missing out on opportunities. Or finding yourself not happy with the way things are, the way things are going. So your intuition is important right now. Follow it. Also, with the High Priestess here, it is possible that some secret information comes in for you that helps you with your money and finances, that poses as an opportunity for you. Okay? I also feel that at this time with the High Priestess, this is you being more to yourself, being more confidential about your money and finances situation at this time. But I feel like there's a need for you to be able to meditate on what you're doing or what needs to happen with your money and finances so that you can sense instinctually through the guidance of the universe about how you are to be led, so that you can avoid indecision, but more importantly, make the best decisions possible with balance, because your intuition is going to allow for you to have a better scope. But also your intuition is going to allow for you to be able to know how you need to offer or where you can find offers, and guide you about being more balanced about how you commit or may need to come out of a commitment. But definitely for the most part overall about the choices that you need to make. At the bottom you have the Fool. So this is about you remaining optimistic with the Fool. There could be a focus on Aries or an Aquarius. But with this Fool, this is about you going in a new direction, being optimistic, being mindful about the risks you do choose to take by following your instinct, as long as your intuition isn't off. But this is also you being careful and not being reckless. Okay? With this Fool energy. But also I feel like this is about you being bold as well. And some of you may be feeling a little carefree about opportunities you want to seize, and so you may be going after them. For some of you, this is you embarking on a new journey about how you are handling your money through you utilizing your intuition. This is you embarking on trying to have financial freedom, or to be freer and in a better space about your money and your circumstances through you following your instincts and having receptivity to opportunities that you can seize, but also knowing what opportunities you should reject and choose to dismiss. You know what? Let's pull another card on that. Listen, Libra, I got this gateway oracle, right? That I think the first sign I was working with was Aquarius, where I wasn't going to use it even though I was shuffling for it and a card came out. So I just continued to go with it. You are the third sign in your energy with about your money and finances. So let's just take a look and see what Gateway may have to say about your money and finances, Libra, before we continue with your reading. Also stick around, because at the end, Libra, I'm going to pull some additional guidance for your money and finances. Spirit, what is the message for Libra? What is the message, the guidance for Libra pertaining to their money and finances? Some guidance for Libras. Thank you. Okay. You have two cards that came out here. The first one is following your bliss. My soul sings with joy. Yes. Your soul, your intuition, you following your instincts, allowing yourself to be spiritually guided by the universe is allowing you to follow your bliss, allowing you to stay on a path with how you manage to work with your money and what you do with it that allows you to stay happy and content. So follow your bliss, follow your instincts, okay? And by you doing that, you're following your bliss. Notice that there's like the moon here, like eclipse moon. So this is about when you're following your bliss, being able to sense what you may need to cut out. But also with the sun, being able to focus on what you can do to make your situation positive or put positive energy into your circumstances or situation to navigate any adversities and see more positive results. But also making sure you have clarity and sensing when you need to pay more attention, because the sun also indicates that something could be coming to light that you are not aware of in the physical, but that your soul, your intuition is alerting you to. You also have launching your journey. Didn't I say that? Some of you are embarking on going in a new direction, looking to free yourselves up financially, or having more financial freedom, or, being more careful, being more bold, more confident. I am an intrepid traveler sailing forth into the universe, launching on your journey. So some of you, there may be a focus on travel. You got suitcases here. Some of you are leaving. Some of you are leaving your money issues behind. Some of you are focused on your money because there's a focus on wanting to travel. Okay? Some of you are moving on from the recklessness of how you may have handled or not handled your money. Some of you are on a new attitude, on a new bold sense of confidence towards moving away from stagnancy around your money and finances situation. For some of you, I do feel like you may be taking some risks, but make sure you're taking calculated risks as you embark on your journey. And for some of you, this is a journey, you allowing yourself to be intuitively led about your money and finances situation. So pay attention to your gut instinct when you are being prompted to go look at something again or to change something. Also be focused on that how you handle your money, how you pay your bills. The goal is to do things in a way that you are content and you feel good about your money situation. So for example, if you have a debt or bills you're paying, pay your bills in such a way that it doesn't leave you delinquent financially, because then that puts you in like a funky space, right? Where you start to worry or have some trepidation about your money situation because your finances are depleted or you're worried about having enough. And those are thoughts that you don't want to entertain. So this is about you being more enthusiastic taking calculated risks, finding time and ways to have fun, to raise your emotional vibration and attitude towards your money, and to make sure that you are open to going in a new direction that doesn't take you off a cliff with your money and finances, but actually opens things up for you instead. Thank you, Spirit. That's a reading right there in and of itself. How about that? Spirit, what do Libras need to know about their money and finances? What do Libras need to know about? Libra, there may be a focus on home, making sure that home is in harmony and the things that's needed for home are in place, or you've done that, and that's helping you to feel better, feeling more successful about your money, or being able to be more optimistic about your money because you may be handling things better, or you feel like you are. I also saw the Five of Wands peek out, so you are experiencing some challenges with your money and finances, but I also feel that there are challenges that you are able to overcome, that they won't be a big deal if you follow your intuition and your instincts about how to change it, or if you need to walk away from it instead, but to act accordingly. And so don't be too rash, but be rational. What do Libras need to know? Libra, we're going to take a look using a horseshoe spread at what your money and finances situation was in the recent past, where you are now in the present with your money and finances, what will be in the future for you about your money and finances, what your attitude is towards your money situation, what your concern, your worries are about your money and finances, what your challenge is with your money and finances, Libra, and what is your likely outcome that can be your advice as well regarding your money and finances. And Spirit, what is the overall energy surrounding Libras and their money and finances? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Libras, money and finances. I feel like, Libra, this is a time for you to be focused. Not overly focused, but definitely aware. So you can stay in the flow. Arrive to your destination. Overcome and see victory. What do Libras need to know about, Spirit? Thank you. Shit, we're 13, almost 14 minutes in. Libra, I don't mind, do you? Let's get into it. In the recent past, you got the Nine of Cups. Nice. At present, the Magician, baby. Yes. Look at you, Libra. In the future, the Star. What? Hold up. Go ahead, Libra. Your attitude towards your money and finances is the Nine of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Your concern or worry with your money and finances is the Ace of Cups. Your challenge is the Eight of Swords. Your outcome is the Empress. Nice finish. Woo. Okay. The overall energy surrounding you, your money, and your finances, Libra, is the King of Wands. Okay, this is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Now, this could be you, or this could be someone that you're focused on or dealing with this King of Wands energy. Now, the King of Wands as an energy is focused on their goals and achieving them and being effective and successful at doing so. The King of Wands also seeks aggressively to improve his finances, his or her finances. So this is a time where there's a need for you to avoid being impulsive, as it has to do with your money and finances and your plans. This is a time where there's a need for you to be mindful not to be too hasty with your decisions, but to be very decisive with your decisions and aims with this King of Wands. And so the King of Wands is very charismatic, has a lot of energy and will and determination. Okay? The King of Wands is a very engaging person. There may be a need for you to be open this month to being able to negotiate. Okay? There's a need for you to be open to negotiating. You might need to negotiate with yourself, or negotiate with how you work with your money, or as you engage others about your money, any commitments, any bills, any responsibilities, any exchanges, where with negotiation, making sure you set terms or create terms for yourself that allow you to feel comfortable and satisfied, and that you are achieving what you want, that doesn't get in the way of how you are asserting, or how you may need to assert yourself. This is a time with the King of Wands that there may be a need for you to focus on how to have intervention with yourself about your money, or intervention as it has to do with your involvement with others. Okay, this is you having more influence, I feel, on the verdict around your money and finances, and the direction that it will go in or needs to go in. But this is also you needing to have more self-control and restraint. Okay, and be mindful to focus on how to intervene on your behalf, okay, with your money and finances. So let's say you set a bill that you normally pay a certain amount, where maybe this time you might need to be open to paying a little less, or just making adjustments and tweaks where needed, so that you can still achieve everything you need to achieve. But also, there's a need for you to be very aggressive and assertive in coming up with the ways to improve your money and finances in every way possible that you can. Now, with the King of Wands, he also is so charismatic, he or she, that they're able to enlist the support and assistance of others towards achieving their goals. So this may also come into play for you. And so this is about you having a focus on controlling your feelings, being mindful of your actions, being decisive and making good decisions, being practical, and really be aware of what your intentions are, and make sure that your intentions are fruitful or worth doing, but also worth it to you. Because you do have the Three of Swords underneath that. I feel like this is about you focusing on dealing with others in three-party situations, where you may be engaged with others who are experiencing financial setbacks, or where you are perhaps experiencing a temporary upset, setback, or delay, and you're looking to see how to recover it for yourself or recover it for others. But with this Three of Swords, I feel like this is you trying to separate yourself and avoid any suffering that could happen around your money and finances. So be mindful of what you negotiate, or what you choose to buy into, or even buy. And ask yourself, is it going to separate you from your money in a way that's going to cause you suffering and disappointment? And also, what are you doing in terms of your actions and what you are achieving and need to achieve, that allow you to avoid any setbacks or disappointments, even if temporary, with the goal or the aim to recover, to heal, and to avoid, where you can, any pitfalls or complications. Now, with the Three of Swords, there could be some external factors, and not necessarily you dealing with others. But these external factors that could pose as an issue for you can be things happening outside of you, and you focusing on how you can achieve and do what needs to get done to handle your handle. Or this may be about you needing to rein yourself in, because there may be actions that you are indulging in or engaging that could cause you some temporary setback or suffering or disappointment by what you do, because this is action-oriented energy. So be mindful of your actions as well, Libra. Now, in the recent past, you do have the Nine of Cups. So in the recent past, you got some wish fulfillment, some satisfaction, some happiness, some contentment around your money and finances here with this Nine of Cups. Now, for some of you, this resulted in a little bit of greed, okay, where you may have overindulged, spend a little more money than usual. That's possible for some of you, but for the most part, with the Nine of Cups in the recent past, you were content with your money and finances. You were happy about your money and finances. Things were positive. Things were better in the recent past for you about your money and finances. That allowed you to feel more stable and secure. And notice with this blue in it, this blue here, this here is talking about your third eye. You following your intuition. Okay? This is your ability to see, to intuit, where in the recent past it served you and allowed you to be happy, allowed you to see your wishes granted, allowed you to be content about your money and finances situation. And so at present, you are in the Magician energy, Libra. Now, some of you are focused on an Aries. Some are focused on an Aquarius. But with the Magician energy, this is you focusing on having all the tools and skills and elements at your disposal to influence your circumstances and to create what you want and manifest what your needs are for your money and finances situation. This is you manifesting right now, powerfully so. So too much is given, much is required. So with this Magician energy, this is you focusing how to adapt by being cunning and crafty and using wisdom to dominate in your circumstances around your money needs or the things that you are looking to address or bring in. And so with this Magician energy, at present, this is a time where things are appearing or will appear for you. An idea, work, money. This is you where you will make money. Money will come in and you will make that shit happen. But also with the Magician here, as it has to do with work, this is you being in your element at work, like you're a master with your job for whatever you do for work. And you are earning money. Okay? And so that leads you into the future. With the future, you have the Star. So with the Star, there is a focus for some of you on an Aquarius. But the Star, this is you focus on in the future, your money healing, you having hope, you being optimistic. This is you in the future having everything that you need and more. This is you being positive. This is you experiencing where you're doing better financially. This is you having success with work. Some of you are being recognized for your work. This is you growing in your self-confidence about your money situation. Some of you may be sharing your success or giving tips to others by being a mentor and coaching. Some of you in the future, this is you so positive about your money and seeing things do better and be better for you that you're able to give back to others in some way, even if by, serving your community. With this Star energy. But this is you experiencing healing. Now you have two cards that speak to wish fulfillment. So there's some wish fulfillment here for you that you are manifesting here as it has to do with your money and finances, Libra. Okay? I like this for you. This is you reaching and meeting your goals with the Star in the future. This is you being very, very optimistic. This here is you having productivity with your performance, with your money. Now, your attitude about your money and finances is the Nine of Swords. Why? With the Nine of Swords, this is you worried about your money and finances, worrying about the worst that could happen. Some of you are having trouble sleeping with this Nine of Swords. But this is thinking the worst, having worries and fears and doubts about your money and finances, maybe even about your capability. But also, you may be worrying about your stability with all this red here with the root base chakra. You're worried about what you have or what you don't fucking have. And so with the Nine of Swords, what I say to you is your concerns or your focus real or perceived, Libra? And are you just taking yourself through running yourself through the mill here? Because see, thoughts become things. So if you got all this positive energy with the Nine of Cups and the Magician and the Star, why the fuck are you here? Are you worried that something will go wrong or something will come out of left field that you're not seeing? Are you worried about whether or not to follow your instincts? Is there a need for you to speak up? Is this King of Wands causing you upset, disappointment? Because they may be trying to push their agenda on you and causing you disappointment or affecting your money in some way. Let's clarify this Nine of Swords. Spirit, what is this Nine of Swords for Libra as their attitude towards their money and finances? This is the time for you to release yourself of your worries and fears and your doubts, Libra, and maintain your hope, and know that you are capable to do what's needed and have what you want to have here. Spirit, clarify the Nine of Swords for Libra. Are you worried about how good things are going and when it's going to end? Stop that shit too. All right, thank you, Spirit. You do have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords for this Nine of Swords. Okay? So your attitude towards your money with the Nine of Swords is that you have all this worry and fear and doubt and concern. You're very concerned. That's what it is. You know, for many of you, it's about you just being very concerned about your money and finances. Because with this Nine of Pentacles, some of you, there's a focus on your concern about whether or not you can receive the help that you need, or if the help you do receive, if it's enough. Some of you, you are concerned or worried about, your ability to conserve your money. Some of you are concerned or worried about how hard you have to work, or how hard it is to work on your money and finances. For some of you, with the Knight of Pentacles, there may be concerns and fears about your money and finances because you may not have conserved your money and finances, or what you gain or what you have or what you receive or what you have to work with, where you may be concerned about being responsible, getting things done. And so the way you can decrease your concern is to do things to conserve, to be conservative, to do things in moderation, to do things that are low or no risk in terms of what you invest in or what you put your money on. Okay? For some of you, if it has to do with work, you're concerned because the job you're doing may only be a short-term work project. For some of you, there may be a concern about how slow something is moving, or how well you are doing with your money and seeing progress and having satisfaction and seeing healing, and that shit gonna come to a stop with that Knight of Pentacles, or if something gets held up. Because with this Eight of Swords, this is about you being trapped in your mind. Okay, self-imposed prison. Stinking thinking. You may be concerned about whether or not you can responsibly do what needs to be done and avoid any pitfalls or money traps or limitations or restrictions by your own doing, or external factors that could come in that make you feel a sense of limitation or restriction or confinement, or if your money or funds is limited. With this Eight of Swords, there may be concern about whether or not you'll be able to navigate your circumstances that may be limiting or restricting, or where you feel is starting to bind you or make you feel like you're going to be in a bind, or that you are in a bind, and finding a way to free yourself or avoid becoming trapped or stuck. And with this Ten of Swords, you're concerned about ruin. You're concerned about ruin, having money and finance complications. You might be concerned about being stabbed in the back by someone else. You may be concerned about whether or not you can avoid ruin. And so these are all worries and fears and doubts with this Nine of Swords, that again I ask, because this here is Swords energy, these two cards. So this is you being in your head. And with the Knight of Swords, my question to you, the Knight of Pentacles, are you being practical? And for me to say the Knight of Swords, what kind of actions are you taking? Are you causing your own drama, or someone causing drama to your money circumstances? Know your opponent. Are you your adversary, or is something or someone else? Wherever it is, be responsible, be reliable, be methodical, be strategic, have a plan, get things done, prioritize. Take your time, but hurry up. Be practical here and stop worrying. Stop worrying and focus on being resourceful, and avoid trapping yourself up. Don't cause your own ruin if this is you. And don't let anybody else come in and cause it for you either. Now, you also may be concerned because, you feel like things is moving too slow, even though you might be seeing progress. You just want a lot more to fucking happen. Where you worrying about it is not going to improve it. So release your concerns. Be practical about what you can do, and be responsible, and focus on avoiding limiting and putting yourself in a trap position by what you do with your money, or how you handle it, or how you may be of help to others. Don't be of help to such an extent that it causes you to have to worry about your shit for doing it, because then don't do it, or only do what you can that doesn't put you here. Okay? Now, your concern and worry about your money and finances is the Ace of Cups. So with the Ace of Cups, you are concerned and worried about whether or not you can come up with or continue to come up with opportunities or offers for yourself, or to receive it, or to come up with a creative way that allows you to have a new source of income to come in. Some of you are perhaps concerned about an offer that you are expecting to receive, and concerned or worried about whether or not that person is going to follow through, or if they just take too long, or if they just end up just put a stop to it and not do it at all. And so we have the Eight of Swords here again, because this is your challenge. Your challenge with this Eight of Swords is you needing to stop having a trap mindset. With the Eight of Swords, your challenge is, how do you free yourself from restrictions and limitations through perhaps obligations with your money? How do you avoid finding yourself trapped in your money and finance circumstances? Because this is somebody that can't see, but also this is somebody that isn't trying to get out either. With this Eight of Swords, you need to be able to see so that you can avoid trapping yourself with your money and what you're doing with it. Be careful about how you're following your bliss, making sure you're not overindulging. And if you are overindulging, it's time to cut that shit out, because this is going to lead you here. And then you need to figure out how to navigate and come out of this. For some of you, the challenge is being able to work within the confines and limitations you find yourself in with what's available to you for money. This is releasing yourself from the negative mindset and maybe even negative behaviors, if you are exhibiting any, but avoiding doing things or being a part of the things where your money is involved that causes you to be limited and restricted. So you want to be uninhibited. That's the challenge, is to remain uninhibited with your money and your needs being met. But look, your outcome is the Empress. Lovely Venus energy here. The Empress also, you could be focusing on a Libra or Taurus. But with the Empress here, this is about you being abundant. You seeing success. You seeing growth and progress with your money and finances. This is also you having abundance or seeing your money situation move in the positive, fruitful way, because you're able to benefit from the giving and receiving that you have done towards others, now being able to give and you receive from them. This is you being very creative. But if this is to do with work, for some of you, this is a time where your administration or your administrative duties at work will be very tiring for you, exhausting with the Empress here. But this is you seeing abundance, seeing things for the positive. For some of you, a mother or maternal figure may be of influence that is of support for you. But this is you being very creative, being able to realize and seize the possibilities and nurture your situation where you're seeing growth and productivity with your money and finances. Spirit, what's the best advice for the Eight of Swords? What is the best advice on this Eight of Swords for Libra? Best advice on the Eight of Swords for Libra, please. What is the best advice? One thing is to keep it together. Don't be scattered. Queen of Swords on this Eight of Swords. This is your best advice with the Queen of Swords. So this is you needing to cut things out that don't serve you or that you don't need to be putting your money into, This is you cutting things out in order to come up with a budget and conserve your money, or have more money power to your advantage. With this Queen of Swords, this is about you being smart about how you work with your money, how you handle your money, by making very logical and rational decisions. This is you prioritizing, okay? Doing what's needed and necessary first, okay? Being clear-minded. Cutting out the bullshit of others and your own plans if they're not going to serve you. Being very strategic, focused. And with the Six of Swords, this is about you focusing on thinking and planning and moving in a way that allows you to move to calmer waters and away from the negative, or out of the negative circumstances that could be concerning you about your money and finances. Do shit that give you peace of mind with your money and finances, okay? Do things that allow you to keep your peace of mind. So if there's something that don't have to happen right now, don't do it. If there's something that needs to be cut out and can be and should be, cut it out. This is the time to be on your A game, to be logical, to be smart about this, okay? Be decisive. Don't be clouded in your judgment, and don't make poor choices either. With this Emperor energy, this is about you being very creative about how you plan and strategize and work your money and have it work for you better, so that you can have and see everything that you need and then some. Come up with new creative opportunities. See where offers can be received, or maybe what you can offer that allows you to gain a new monetary resource or form of resource for yourself. So let's take a look at what some guidance is for you. Spirit, what is the guidance for Libra? What is the guidance for Libra for their money and finances? Thank you. God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitations. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. God is your source. Come out of a lack mentality or a worry mentality that you won't have enough, or that something's going to happen, or something's going to stop, or you don't have the help, or you can't get something done. Stop that. But also do more to be responsible. Do more to be strategic and methodical, and to plan, and to take your time. Don't be hasty, and stay practical and grounded in your aims and needs and what needs to happen with your money, or what is happening or going to happen. Because how you think tips the scale. Your scale, Libra. Balance that shit. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Remember, you have abundance here, baby. Embrace it, but handle it well. Too much is given, much is required, but there is the ability to receive. Bye.